today we'll be working on a dust collection system for my miter saw and my table saw, but the table saw will be like a work in progress because I have to rebuild this entire thing for like its own standalone table, I guess, if you want to say. The main reason why I want to do this is I want to build more stuff, and when I use the miter saw or even the table saw, dust flies in my face. It's kind of annoying. I can't really breathe, and I kind of want to be able to breathe while I work on stuff. So I have a solution. The solution? The Dust Hopper 5000. This dust extractor system can extract up to 1,010% of the dust particulates in the air that a shop vacuum extracts. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, we got this guy right here. And we got this guy right here. A DeWalt 5 horsepower 8 gallon shop vac. Which is right here. I already took it out of the box, so yeah. It's pretty neat, it's pretty lightweight. We're gonna use this guy and the dust hopper together to make a dust collection system for my garage. And where we're gonna put it right here in this corner. Main reason why, I can't do anything back here. Like, I can kind of reach over here, but I can't go too far back. It's like wasted space. This would become Clutter Island, and I don't really want it to become Cluttered Island. So I'm gonna turn it to something useful, into a dust collection system. So let's get to it. So I like this spot right here. Main reason why, so if I have this guy right here, it's gonna be raised up a little bit, but it can fit into the miter saw station like that. So I'm just gonna mark kind of where I want it. Something like right here. The jigsaw ran into a little problem with the double wood right there, but got through it, no big deal. Need some cleanup here. It's a snug fit, it's not gonna go anywhere. All right, so for the miter saw station, I'm gonna drill a hole right here that I marked out. This is at 2.5 inches because that's the size of hose this is. The only issue, because this isn't gonna be like a permanent attachment, as I keep using it and whatnot, I'll wear down this hole. So I'm gonna make the size a little bit bigger. I wanna make this about 2 3/8. So it's gonna be oversized to this guy, which is fine because I only have a 2 3/8 inch bit anyways. I have nothing smaller than this. But the reason why it's fine is because I'm gonna make this guy right here for you. This is just like a clamp to hold the hose in, so hang on. So this is how it works. It's a nice snug fit. And because it's a snug fit, it's not gonna come off. And then I can screw this to the miter saw station itself and then just have just enough of it showing out to where it's flush on the inside of the miter saw station. So hopefully all the dust will just get sucked into here, at least all the free floating dust. To make it, you just need some scrap wood. So how you make it, you get your scrap wood, you put it on your miter saw. In this case, I'm gonna make it 6.5 inches because this guy is 5 7/8. It's a little bit too small because I want to be able to screw this onto the MDF itself, and I don't want to split the wood. So 6.5. All right, so we have our hose, we have our hole. As we can see here, the hole is too big. It's too wonky, loosey, it's just gonna fall out over time. So we want a nice snug fit on the hose. This is how we do it. You just get your fence, you line it up wherever you think halfway is, and you just go to town and cut it. So after one pass at the table saw, it is slightly too big, just by a hair. So looking at it, I might have taken too much off with the table saw, but honestly, I can still screw it down and clamp it in there, and it should be fine. All right, we're gonna try this one-handed. Centered as possible at the hole. Perfect. So with the hose, it's pretty loose, so you can see all the light and whatnot. So this is why we made the clamp, because we just put this right here, it just falls out. So we started out with a scrap piece of wood, turned it into a prototype, got a rough design out of it, and then the finished product. This little guy right here. But yeah, it's all done. It's just gonna stick on the side like this, and that's what's gonna hold the hose in so it doesn't fall out. All right, so now it's installed on the miter saw station. The hose just fits snugly in there. It doesn't come out. So yeah, that's a good fit. Okay, after making a giant mess, the dust collector and bucket have been installed onto the table. I'm gonna show you guys how to ground your system. That way you don't get a static buildup and shock yourself when you're using the hoses or just the possible dust explosion, which is a very minor chance of happening, but it's still a chance. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that right now. All right, in order to ground your dust collection system, you're gonna need a screwdriver, you're gonna need wire splitters, you're gonna need 14 gauge wire, preferably solid core, but if you can't get solid core, that's fine too. Stranded wire works. And then a 3-prong plug. So yeah, let's get to it. First thing first, get your wire out of your little sheathing. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my clamp. Just as long as it's still sheathed, you're good to go. And then you just pull off the extra. So you're gonna take your wire, and you're just gonna strip off the sheeting. That's it. You're good to go. So you end up with something like that. Then you're gonna wanna bend it into a little hook shape like that. Then you're gonna get your plug, you're gonna open it up. You're gonna use the bottom screw right here because that's your ground. And all you're gonna do, unscrew it. After you back the screw out enough, get your wire and connect it like so. And then tighten the screw so it locks in place. All right, and that's how you make your grounding wire. Let's install it on the dust collection system. You're gonna grab your dust topper, flip it around, unscrew the screw right here. This way you have access to the inside because we're gonna screw it on right here. There's actually a spot to drill in a hole for your grounding wire. It's right there. All I'm doing is taking a drill bit and just drilling out a screw hole right here. That way I can attach a bolt and then the grounding wire to it. So you're gonna have something like this. I made a full loop on the wire for this one. Attaching the grounding wire, getting another washer. Now you can do a bolt or a wing nut. The dust topper comes with a wing nut, so I'm gonna use that. I'm making this as tight as possible. That way there's no possible way of this thing ever getting loose. And now it's attached. All right, so this is how it looks all hooked up. We have our grounding wire to an outlet, so it's grounded to the entire house. And again, I did this mainly because I don't want to get shocked when I'm using the hoses. And then this should also mitigate any chance of a dust explosion. Albeit a small chance, and there's still a chance, and I don't want that to happen. So yeah, let's test this bad boy out. All right, so here's the test. The floor is absolutely dirty after cutting everything up. I want to clean inside of the miter saw station. So to test this out to see if it actually removes most of the dust particulates from the shop vac, I took out the bag of the shop vac itself. So I have this bag that comes with it. I'm not using it. I want to see how much actually goes in here compared to that 5-gallon bucket. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, now it's time for the real test. How much dust actually goes in the dust collection system and how much of it gets sprayed in my face when I'm cutting boards? Small cough there. All right, honestly, usually it's more dust flying in my face. That actually did help. I think it would help more if I had like a pipe coming out further out to right here, but like I probably could modify this to where I can have the hose in here more, but that's for a later project. Right now, I did a bunch of cuts. I can breathe. I'm not like dying right now. I can take a deep breath. This is pretty good. Like I'm happy with this. I can make repeated cuts without being like choked and not being able to breathe. So I count that as a win. Sweet. I'm actually excited that this worked. I was 50-50 on it. Okay, more like 60-40 that it might work, might not work, but this works. This is great. I love it. Now I can build a table saw without worry. Oh, this would be so fun. There's so many projects I can make now. All right, off the record, I lied. I modified the hose now, so it's more inside of the miter saw station itself. So now it's gonna look like this. And let's go here. So something like that, it should, in theory, get more dust. Right, there we go. All right, that's way cool. All I did is I took my extra cut off pieces, scrap if you will, made like a little brace down there for the platform, used my prototype holder, made the hole back there bigger, but you can't tell a difference on this side. There's no kinks in the system at all, and it works just fine. So my dust collection for my workshop is done. I know this isn't the fanciest thing that people have made and whatnot, but this works for me because my two machines that I use the most, my miter saw and my table saw, they're right there. I don't need PVC piping going 50 feet in one direction and 25 feet in the other direction. I don't need the 4-inch like wide diameter tubes because I'm a small shop. My shop is 16 by 9 feet, if that. I don't even think it's all full 16 feet like the spot I enclosed and whatnot. It's a small shop. It does what I needed to do. And honestly, this is a game changer. I wasn't expecting it to be this good, but it's pretty good. I'm excited to build out the table saw and then the soundproof box for the shop vac because this thing is loud. I don't like how loud this is. It's not that fun for me. I don't really want to keep wearing headphones as I work on things. Obviously I'm gonna have to for the miter saw and table saw. I like to protect my hearing, but I don't want this thing going in the background on top of that stuff as well and just compounding sounds, you know? So yeah, the Dust Topper Pro, like again, I made my own little jerry-rigged $15 one versus $60. This blows it out of the park tremendously. There's no dust in this shop vac, none. Like that blows my mind. I thought there would be something in the shop vac. I vacuumed up a lot of stuff. I cut extra and whatnot, and there's still nothing in there. Like this thing is amazing. The amount of work that went into it, great. One issue. I thought the static buildup would stop by grounding it. I think overall though, the static buildup, it takes a lot longer for it to build up. I'm not getting shocked as bad. I have this though, it's like some copper wiring. So I could wrap this around because it's actually 10 feet. So I could wrap it around the hose that I'm using like independently to hopefully help with the static buildup. I don't know if that would work or not. I would have to test that out, but I have the wire to do that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, leave a like, subscribe, and comment. It does help. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks again. Oh yeah, I also bought another light for lighting because otherwise I look like this. I'm in the shadows. Haha! Versus 4,500, wait no, is this 5,000 lumens? 5,000 lumens and it dangles up there. It's funny. I have a nice little pull string.